All right, so I'm getting the oil changed in my truck this morning by Edwin. Getting her done?
Getting her done.
And so, I don't see no oil coming out.
I gotta get my little whiz banger here.
Oh.
So that don't get my hands dirty. Don't let me splash you.
Nice. Oh yeah, don't get no oil on me. I have to get some of that dugout degreaser and clean myself up. There we go. All right, so, man, that's pretty black oil for it being brand new.
Yep.
Huh?
Got a little heat. Had a little heat in it.
Yeah. So what happened, guys, I'm gonna have my oil changed again because I changed it before I went to the Cocoa, Florida event. Came back and had to get something done on the front end. I can't even remember what I had done. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And no, it was a tune-up. I had to get a tune-up. I had a, what was that called?
Coil, the ignition coil.
The ignition coil went bad, so I had them all replaced. And in the process of that, they somehow changed my oil and weren't really supposed to. So I'm having Edwin, there he is,
How's it going?
take out this bad, nasty oil and put in the high-performance lubricants that we sell on our website. And he's going to turn that compressor off. He's running over there. He thinks this is some type of professional video. So anyway, hey, Edwin, why don't we do this?
Yeah.
Why don't you come over when you're done, and let's go through the oils, or we can do it over here where all the oils are. And
Absolutely.
talk about the oils for pump oil, engine oils, and even gear drive for like the P40s and the AR45s.
Exactly.
We can do that? Okay. So we'll be back a little bit and we'll show you all the oils. All right, we're back here in the store, myself and Edwin. I can't turn it around on me. But, so I wanted Edwin to go over real quick with the oils because we sell quite a few of these. As a matter of fact, you just had a guy that went to my school and he's been buying oil off of you
For over a year now.
Walked out with a case. So, and you got several other pressure washing guys that bring their trucks to you.
Correct.
For you to change their oil
Air.
filter, even some, their differential.
Exactly.
All of that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Okay. So, and the reason this is such good oil, just to give you a little history, and his daughter Heather is here too.
Hi.
You're on YouTube. You need something?
Yeah, about cameras.
Okay, I'll get with you in a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
So anyway, yeah, Edwin changed the oils in one of my cars, gosh, probably 3 or 4 years ago, in one of our Honda CRVs. And then when I pulled out of here, it felt like it had been tuned up. Anyway, that's a blah, blah, blah story. But I've just noticed a big difference in our vehicles using this oil. So we started selling it for pressure washers, for pumps, for the engines, and also, let's start with this one, Ed. This is differential life.
Right.
But we are getting, that's actually gear oil.
This is a gear oil. It's a multi-grade gear oil. This works in most every vehicle that you will be used to taking either in an in-bed rig or towing your rig for differentials, but this also works great in the pressure washers that have gearboxes.
Okay. So any pressure washer that is gear driven or the P40, AR45 type
Correct.
Chemical applicators.
Correct.
That are used mostly in fertilizing, but some guys like to use them for bleach. Okay, so that, and then you're working on getting us the label so it says gear oil.
Yeah, we want to switch the label so it's very easy to read. So gear oil, like this pump oil says pump oil.
Correct.
To make it no confusion.
And so this is that 5W30, which is what we use for the engines and the pressure washers. And so sometimes people ask, well, what's the difference in that SAE 5W and the 10W?
So quickly, the W stands for winter. So the lower this number, as in 5W, it means it'll go down to a colder temperature. 5W20 is good to about -30. We don't have to worry about that here in Houston. You'll see a lot of cars now using 0W. That's good to -40. It's a whole other discussion about why the auto manufacturers are going to that. Mainly it's for the CAFE fuel regulations. So what you need to remember though is this is the number. A 30 weight at operating temperature is a 30 weight, and that's what you want.
Okay, perfect. So Either way, though, the 10W or the 5W30 is going to work for a pressure washer.
Correct.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have the pump oil, which is...
So this is a non-detergent. This is also a 30 weight, which is also an ISO 100. Sometimes when you get pump oils, they only grade them in ISO International Standard Organization number, and this is a non-detergent. The reason that's important, that you want to use this non-detergent as opposed to the motor oil, that's a detergency, is that this will separate from water very easily. Okay. So obviously in the pressure washing, soft washing business, water's everywhere, and if something happens and you get water into that pump crankcase, typically you can turn it off, let it cool down, and then you can drain the water out and retop it with the oil. Okay. Typically, because they only hold a quart, we suggest go ahead and changing all the oil. We've had some applications come in here where it's been completely emulsified, and it takes 4 or 5 flushings to get that emulsified oil out of there, because that emulsification is that kind of milkshakey looking stuff, and then you got water in the oil next to the bearings. Is not a good thing. Okay.
And then we have the penetrating lubricant, which is like I guess a WD-40 or whatever.
Yeah. So it's a general, it's actually a penetrating lubricant. So if you're starting to change your rig up, you want to unbolt some stuff, you can put this on there a couple of times and you'll actually, instead of kind of running off, it actually penetrates the rust or the corrosion. You can also use it as a general purpose, especially on some of the quick connects, like these right here. You use that, every now and again, and what it does, it helps keeps those balls from flattening out and locking in place, okay, or corroding in place.
Okay. And then I've also heard the bad thing about WD-40, using it to lubricate is, and just WD-40 in general, is that it actually attracts dust and dirt.
Right, and this will, you can see if you put it on a rust bolt, it actually ends up kind of, it's not a dry lubricant, but there's very little residual left, so the less residual left, the less aptitude it is to collect dust and dirt out of the atmosphere.
Okay, great. So that's a great lubricant. We've used that a lot over our time here at the shop for doing exactly that, loosening some of you guys' nuts and bolts up on rigs, things of that nature. So this is basically what we carry, is the engine oil, the gear oil, the things that help pressure washers, but you also carry tons of other type of oils in case there's some industrial folks out there.
Absolutely, we have a full line of industrial lubricants. We also have other automotive products that you have access to, Doug.
Right.
Some of your customers come in, I've done what we call a bumper to bumper. So a lot of these trucks are four-wheel drive, so it's the front differential, the transfer case, the rear differential, the crankcase, the power steering, and the transmission.
Right.
So we have a full line of all lubricating products needed. And like I said, especially in the industrial, the best thing that ever happened to us was all this computer monitoring. And you can see the results statistically almost instantaneously after you put the oil in there and crank the equipment back up.
Okay, so just put the cookies on the bottom shelf and let's talk about real quick why these pumps, I mean, I know why they're better for me, but break it down in simple terms why these pumps are better than what you call the Me Too oils.
The Me Too oils are typically what they call R&O, which is rust and oxidation, or AW, which are anti-wear products. And there's very little formulations. They're just basically base oils with a little bit of chemistry in there. All these oils have a proprietary formulation that's a specific amount of specialized chemistry in a specific way to give really multiplicative results in performance.
Okay.
And that's why it's a great value.
Well, the biggest thing I've noticed on mine is that in the vehicles as well as the equipment, I don't have to change the oil near as often.
No, we have high performance lubricants that has a customer, has a fleet of our own, over 100 gasoline vehicles, Suburbans, those SUVs, and with correct oil monitoring and correct training in the garage, they're getting 20,000 miles consistently out of their oil changes.
Okay. Because I know mine only has been having to be changed about every 7 to 10.
Right.
Because I'll have you check it and you'll pull it out, the dipstick out, you'll look at it and go, nope, you're good, keep going.
Right.
You don't need to change yet. So, okay.
And that's cheap insurance. Changing your oil, cheapest thing you do to ensure your equipment reliability and productivity.
Exactly. So you guys that are local, if you need to get your pressure washers and pumps oil changed, we can do that here. If you want to get your trucks oil change, you can contact us. We can hook you up with Edwin and get you scheduled for that. And I highly recommend it because he does it for a really good price. So anyway, thank you, Edwin.
Quite welcome.
Appreciate
Thank you,
your
Doug.
time. I just wanted these guys because we've been selling quite a bit of this lately, and I just thought, well, let's do another video on it. So hope this has helped you guys. If you have any questions about the oils, then just put it in the comments down below.
Okay guys, that is it on the oil. Just wanted to pop back on real quick and remind everybody about our May 13th and 14th hands-on training is coming up. And then June 21st, 22nd, well, we'll have a hands-on training in June, the second Monday and Tuesday. I can't remember the dates of that, but that's in June also. And in June, we're also doing the Atlanta training event, and you need to get signed up quick because we got a lot of people planning to come to that are telling us they are. So get signed up. There's a hotel link in the URL, the website on the website, where you can get a discount at the Country Inn and Suites, I believe it is where we're staying. And then there's a church there, Vinings Methodist Church, that will be doing the hands-on training, and probably some of the parking lot striping course will be there as well. So get signed up for all that. Check it out at pressurewashingschool.com/events. And then if you have any questions, just email me at pressurecleaningschool@gmail.com. Got some Unger stuff in that we've got to get shipped out. And that's going to Jackie. Hey, Jackie, thank you for your patience, if you're watching. And then, yeah, so anyway, y'all have an awesome, blessed day.